Hey guys, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to edit a TikTok from A to Z without expensive software, without hiring video editors, without anything that makes the process too complicated. Let's keep this simple. But first things first, let's cue that intro. Okay guys, I'm really excited about this. I'm Rachel Pedersen, by the way. I am a TikTok expert. I have 140,000 followers on TikTok, which does not make me TikTok famous, but rather it makes me a qualified teacher to show you some of the simplest hacks I've learned for growing and editing my TikToks. Now, one thing that's really important to note is that I have a pretty busy life. I have 3 kids, I have a husband, and we run 2 multi-million-dollar businesses. So to be totally honest with you, creating a ton of super produced TikTok videos is not a priority to me, and you may be feeling the same way. I want to make it happen fast. I want it to be simple. I want it to be cost effective. I don't want to use it too much time for my team. So we're going to show you the exact ways that we edit our TikToks inside of the app that's going to make it very, very easy for you. A lot of the people who create these editing tutorials, they show you expensive software. They show you how to hire a video editor to create these. They do a lot of professional, like Adobe After Effects and different types of software like that. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've tried some of those and I've actually worked with people to edit some videos, but here's one of the most baffling things. Unless you are trying to become a producer, an editor, a videographer, to be totally honest, the videos that seem to perform the best are the ones that are edited in the app very simply. It doesn't feel like it's overdone or too polished, and that fits the landscape of TikTok. So I'm going to show you guys how I create my TikToks and how I edit them in pre-production and post-production. So let's dive on in. So the very first thing I'm going to do is hit the plus sign at the very bottom middle of the screen. And then from there, I have the ability to record. Now, a couple important notes about like the sound that you're gonna use. I, generally speaking, like to use the sounds from within the app, and you can find those by clicking sounds. And then you can, of course, scroll through until you find the right fit. But because I don't want to get in trouble with copyright, I'm just going to record my own audio. But just know that that's a possibility. Now, when you're recording a TikTok, you can either use the timer, and that's one way to get great transitions. So for example, I may edit it so that after 4 seconds, it cuts off and I can do a hands-free video. I'll show you guys what that looks like. Well, let's do about 3.9 seconds. So it's going to give me 3 seconds. And now it's recording, and it's gonna record until we hit 3.9 seconds, and then it's gonna stop. So that's how you can create the transition videos, which is really awesome, and you can do that over and over again. Otherwise, if you want, you can actually record by either tapping the button at the very bottom and just letting it record until you hit stop or until it runs out of time, or you can hold down the button for little segments. Do it again, hold down, let go. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can actually record to make the editing process easier. Now, in order to choose the right sound, like I said, I like to start with choosing the sound, and just remember that you can line up the 3-second timer with where you want the sounds to cut off. So if you want to have a transition right as the beat drops, you're gonna want to do exactly what I did, but with a sound, and it's gonna show you kind of where in the sound you can drag that red line to make it cut off at. Okay, so one thing I want to share, and this is huge and a lot of people don't realize this, is that the best effects for editing inside of TikTok are found within the effects in pre-production. So there's a bunch in here. There's some that are kind of silly and new and trending, but I personally find there's some that I personally prefer, like the green screen. This is awesome because you can drag photos from your photo album in here and then record little segments with these. And once again, every single time that you end a recording segment, you can switch to a different photo or a different effect. So I'll show you guys what that might look like. Let's pretend we wanted to record with me in the background, even though that's a little bit cringy. So we might record for a couple seconds, and then now I could switch to a different photo, or I could switch to my video. And let's pretend we want to do this video here, which is a TikTok from earlier. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and hit next. And that's gonna actually show that video. Kind of neat, right? So you can switch up the effects that you use in pre-production. I'll show you a couple more that I really like. I like shake, because this is a fun one to do whenever you're showing that you're panicking or that things are falling apart. I also really like the face zoom. And of course, it zooms out and away from your face once your face is covered up. But let's see if we can do it. It's already like locked in on me. There we go. Look at this. It's kind of a fun one to use. Some other ones that are really fun include like this face here. This is one that's in a lot of TikTok videos. You could do the Sims one, which is also really neat. But it's up to you which ones you want to use. I've used this one and really enjoyed it. I think it's really cute. You can use this for like the marching people, and that's a fun one to do, isn't that? So it's kind of like when the mobs are coming, this is what you could use. But really the best way to know which effects you want to use comes down to some trial and error. Let's remove the effects because it's kind of distracting. Now, this is also a really important part of creating these videos. You're also going to want to add the beauty filter if you want. It smooths out all your skin. It can look a little fake, but it's really nice for days where you don't feel like doing your makeup. Or you can add filters that adds more color. Now, for example, I, without a filter, am very pale. And right now there's not a lot of color, but that's also because I've got filming lighting up, and the goal is to not show off all the colors so that they can do it in post-production for this YouTube video. But you can try out some of these different filters till you find one that you like for that particular video. This one makes me look crazy pale, but these are kind of fun to play around with. Now let's pretend we're done with this video. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the red check mark.
And now it's recording, and it's gonna record until we hit 3.1.
Okay, so I don't want it to play the audio the whole time. So there's a couple different things we can do here, but just remember, like I said, the best editing comes from splicing the videos together. It also comes from the pre-production editing with effects. Now, once again, you can add a filter or you can add voice effects, which is kind of fun. And most of the videos I've done with voice effects, let's just give them a listen. These have done really, really well historically for me. So let's take a peek at these.
And now it's recording, and it's gonna record until we hit 3.9 seconds. And you're recording the button.
This one's so funny.
You record until you hold it for a little. Yeah.
So those have all been really successful for us, but I'm also going to show you how in editing to add multiple text and appearing and disappearing text. So let's show you guys what this looks like. Now remember, you can create text, so we'll just put like, hey, and you can either like bold it so that it stands out on the background with whatever color it is you want to use, or you can not, and just, you could do it like semi-transparent, or you can do it with no background. So I like to do that. And then you can choose which typeface you want to use, whether you want it center aligned, right aligned, left aligned. So let's just pretend we have two different pieces of text we want to use. So we've got hi and we've got hello. You can tell I'm really inspired. Okay, so let's pretend we wanted this one to appear partway. I'm gonna drag this to where I want it to first appear. So maybe I want it to appear right when the video changes. Now, one thing with this that is not super user-friendly is that it does get stuck sometimes, which is a little bit irritating, but let's just go ahead and drag it to there. And then let's pretend we want it to disappear halfway when the other one is gonna appear. So you'll see what I'm talking about. This is a little bit glitchy. This is one of the only things in the app that drives me crazy. So let's set the duration of the second one, and we want it to appear once that one's already on the screen, and we want it to disappear after. Okay, so this is how you create appearing and disappearing text afterwards. And you can do as many as you want, just the minimum time is 1 minute for each piece of text. You can also add stickers, you can add in some effects after the case. You can add in background music if you want, and what's nice is you can add those sounds and then turn your original audio down or up, and then turn the volume of the music down or up, so it could be like some light background music. But check these out, these are really fun. There's visuals, effects, transition, split time, and I really recommend playing around with these and just seeing which ones you really like. Like, I think this one's really fun, and then you can drag it once again to determine how long it's going to be on the video. So I like these. I think that they can be really, really fun. Like I said, you can add these in. These all give a different feel, but like I said, these are different than the pre-production editing effects. These are the post-production editing effects, so they don't do as much with like the augmented reality or the VR feel, so just know that there's a little more limitation. Now this one just put the entire video into reverse, and then of course we can do splits, and these can get really crazy and fun. So I recommend trying these out. Of course, then once you're finished and happy, you can hit save, and you can hit next. Add in your text, add in your hashtags, add in the whichever cover photo it is that you want from the video, and then, you know, edit anything here, and then you can go ahead and hit post or drafts. So I think that this is a really fun way to go about it. I'm gonna draft it, and that is how you edit a video. Now, I have a couple more resources for you that will be super helpful. So first and foremost, make sure that you like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment below and let me know if you still have any questions or what you found the most valuable in this video, so that I know to create more for you just like it. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any, and check out beneath this video. I put together a bunch of awesome resources for you that will support your journey in learning TikTok and honestly mastering it, hopefully even further than I have. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, and be sure to check out these beauties coming up after the bloopers. Bye guys. I'm gonna show you how to edit a TikTok. Fast, I want it to be simple, I want it to not. Now, a lot of people who are gonna